So Hitesh, thank you for joining me for this interview.
Hey, no problem, man. Anytime.
Yeah,
Happy to
so
help. Yeah.
you found out about Course Careers, and I really want to learn about what you were doing before you found out about our program, and then how you found out about our program.
Sure. So before I was just doing a lot of customer service jobs. I was working at a call center. Didn't really like it. I didn't really like having to take calls and having to be at my desk all day. And it was just getting to me a little bit. And I wanted a career change for a while because the position I was in, I wasn't really didn't really have a lot of opportunities to kind of go up and make a lot of money and things like that. So the way I found out about it was I decided I wanted to do something in technology. So I looked up a few things. I looked at programming, got into that a little bit, software testing. I came across, software sales. And I also, when I came across that, I kind of joined a few free programs or whatever. I didn't really have a lot of success in it. Like one of the programs I was in, you could get partnered with a company, but you had to take a test, an assessment, and I failed the assessment. Anyways, long story short, I came across Course Careers as one of the options on the website, and then I got kind of in touch with you and just kind of went from there.
Great. Okay, so you found out about Course Careers program. You're coming from this customer success background, and you decided that you want to start a career in tech sales at this point, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. So now you found out about our program, and what was your experience like going through our program? Do you think you learned a lot of valuable information?
Oh yeah, most def. I mean, just starting off, even the free version that you had, I learned so much about what sales really is, right? So when
Mm-hmm.
I found so much value from the free program, I was like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. And after a while, it took me a while to make a decision. Of course, you were there for it.
Mm-hmm.
I made a decision to kind of get the paid version. The paid version wasn't that expensive, so I figured, give it a shot. You had a refund policy too, so I learned quite a lot, man. I learned about sales methodology, sales technology, cold calling, cold emailing, best practices, how to do discovery calls, and how to be successful in the first job slash internship. A lot to learn. And I also read 3 books as part of your program, which was like amazing, all great books. And I loved every single part of it. So it was a great experience going through the program. I learned quite a bit.
Gotcha. Okay, and all this information that you were learning, would you say it was new information that you never learned before when you were working in your customer service jobs?
Yeah, so all the books that you recommended, I didn't read any of them. And things about sales terminology and sales methodology, sales technology, I wasn't familiar with most of it. Sales technology, I was familiar just a little bit with the
Hmm.
Salesforce, my prior job a long time ago. But other than that, most of the stuff was new to me.
Gotcha. Okay, so most of this information you're learning for the first time. And as you were going through this program, were you confident that by the time you finished, you were going to be able to get a technology sales job, or were you still a little bit scared?
I think I was fairly confident. I mean, the good thing that I loved is you were there for me even after the program, right? Like
Hmm.
you got on a call with me. You were there as kind of a mentor. We kind of did role play, about the interview and had an interview coming up. You were there for me, like, hey, let's do a role play, and if they say this, say that. So I felt more confident not only because of the program, but also because of your guidance. You were there for me. Like some programs you sign up for, they're first of all they're expensive, right? Yours
Yeah.
was pretty fairly reasonable, and then after you go to the program, there's no one there to help you. But what got my confidence up was the program was high quality, and second, you were there for me every step of the way. So that made me feel a lot more confident about getting a position.
Gotcha. Okay, so being able to interact with me and the other students, do you think that
Mhm.
differentiated our program from some of the other ones on the market?
Absolutely, right on.
Gotcha. Okay, and that's what really gave you the confidence to be able to go through our program and know that you'll be able to land a job once you finish it?
Exactly, you got it.
Gotcha. Okay, so now you go through this program, and how long would you estimate it took you to go through it?
Yeah, so I kind of looked at it. So I started on July 8th, and I had a conversation with you after the program was done on September 6th. So about a couple of months it took me to go through the program.
Gotcha. And how many hours per week do you think you were investing in the learning?
I say I probably put in like 8, 9, 10 hours. Sometimes it was 8, sometimes it was 9, sometimes it was 11, but probably about 10 hours a week average.
Okay, gotcha. So you're just going at a nice like part-time pace then. And were you
Yeah.
currently working while you're going through our program?
Yes, I was currently working a full-time job at the time.
Gotcha. Okay, so currently working full-time, going through our program, 10 hours a week. You're able to finish in a couple months. And
Hmm.
tell us about your experience immediately after finishing our program. What was it like when you started going after companies?
Oh man, that was so surprised. Like after I finished the program, I kind of took your advice. Of course, I went to the program and took your advice about how to really apply, going to the cadence and everything. I actually didn't go finish my cadence with any companies. Then when I applied, I actually started getting a lot of interviews right off the bat. And not only that, I also had offers to choose from. Like after a week, 2 weeks, and one day after I got off that phone call with you, I got an offer. And then a few days after that, I got another offer, and one day after that, or 2 days after that, I got another offer. So I had three offers within about a span of 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. Do you think before you went through our program, do you think that would have ever been possible beforehand? Could you have ever imagined it would have been that easy to get three really great offers?
Absolutely not. Because like I said, I failed the assessment because I didn't know what I was talking about in the assessment, right? And not only that, before that, I applied to like a boot camp, or not boot camp. I'm sorry, not boot camp. It was like an internship kind of thing. And I
Yeah.
applied there. They interviewed. They rejected me at the first stage. So if it wasn't for your program, I probably wouldn't be still in that same kind of position, applying but never getting anywhere.
Gotcha. And tell us a little bit about the job that you decided to go with. What are you currently doing?
So currently I work for a company called Lena AI, and
Hmm.
it's a full-time position. It's based off a company that's based off headquarters in India. But I pretty much I'm going to be applying what I've learned from your program. Pretty much going to be making appointments for the account executives. That's going to be pretty much going to be my job.
Gotcha. Okay. And is this a work from home job, or do you have to go into an office?
It's fully remote right now.
Fully remote. Gotcha. And where are you currently located?
I'm in North Carolina right now.
Gotcha. So you got this fully remote job in North Carolina, and would you be able to share kind of an estimate of how much you can expect to make in your first year in this job?
Sure, I can share. So the base salary is about 45 grand, and the OTE, if I meet all the quota and everything, is about 20 grand. So OTE is going to be 65 if I get the quota, if I'm able to meet the quota every quarter.
Gotcha. So you're expected to make about 65,000 in your first year on average.
Uh, yeah, on average, exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And you could go past that and make more than 60.
Of, yes, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Of course. If I go past the quota every month, I'm going to make significantly more than that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Wow. So kind of at the minimum, just meeting quota, you're going to make 65, and you have the potential to make quite a bit more than
Exactly.
65 if you do a really good job.
Yep. Exactly.
Wow. And how does that compare to what you were making and what you were doing before you went through the Course Careers program?
So I would say I was making about a little more than half of 65 before the program. So the program definitely was a great investment for me because if you look at the money only, if I am able to meet the quota, of course, it's going to be about almost double what I was making before. Course
Wow.
careers.
So in just a couple months of time where you just invested part-time into going through our program, you're able to double your salary and get on a technology sales career path, right?
Exactly. You got it, man.
Wow. That's a pretty incredible story. Uh,
Yeah, man. I'm so happy with that about that.
yeah, and you're only coming from having a customer service background. Did you have any previous sales experience?
I had a little bit of like appointment setting experience, but really no sales experience.
Gotcha. So pretty much no sales experience, just customer service experience. We're able to make the transition extremely quickly. Would you say you had no problems at all getting these interviews and being successful in these interviews?
Oh yeah, it was a lot easier than I thought. I mean, I was kind of like just applying, just going through the cadence, and after just the first step of the cadence or the second step, I pretty much got interviews easily. Even now, after I have the position, I'm still getting hit up by recruiters pretty much every 3 days or something at the least. So, so to answer your question, I think it was more easy than I thought. All thanks to you and the program, in
Hmm.
my opinion. Yeah.
I appreciate it. And did you used to get hit up by recruiters trying to hire you before going through Course Careers?
Oh, not for any kind of sales tech position. Absolutely not.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is completely new to you. Is recruiters, hey, I want to hire you. I want to hire you. You don't even need to
Yeah,
interview with companies
yeah,
anymore. They're trying to interview you.
yeah, yeah, man. Exactly.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad that you're able to find a ton of success with the Course Careers program. Yeah, and I mean, your story is amazing. Being able to double your salary, just investing a couple hours per week into learning, and now you're on this great technology sales career path. And where do you see yourself in, say, between 2 to 5 years from now? Do you see yourself getting promoted up the sales ladder, or do you see yourself transitioning into another career?
Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how I like it for 1 or 2 years, and then I may either go to the account executive route, sorry, and go
Hmm.
down that path, and maybe go enterprise account executive from there, or depending on what I want to do, what I decide to do, I may be going down the path of being a customer success manager because that also kind of lucrative position as well. So I may do either or.
Gotcha. Okay, so much opportunity for you to go. And how does that
Mhm.
compare to the career opportunities you had while working in customer service?
Oh, I didn't have a whole lot of opportunities. I mean, I could have gone to, I was a medical information associate. I could have been associate two and then three. And then after three, I don't see any way of going up from there because I had a guy who was working there for more than 16 years or so that I was working with. He was training
Hmm.
me. And all I could see his position was instead of being a medical information associate one, he was MIA 3. That's all.
Hmm.
So if I was in his position, being there 15, 20 years, my salary wouldn't have gone up nearly as much as it's even gone up even now. I probably wouldn't have doubled my salary if I was there for 15 years, same company.
Wow. So you're
Yeah,
literally able to get more ahead in your career by going through our program in just 2 months compared to staying in your current job for 15 years.
exactly. You got it. Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this interview, but I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, Hitesh.
No problem. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks.